Hello, this is Teen Grays, which consists of Sabrina Smithwick, Becca Stern, Laura Harris, and Haley Young. We did the career group project, and our topic was a surgeon. So I'm sure everyone knows what surgeons do, but they ultimately give back to the community and make sure everyone is properly functioning health-wise. They operate to treat injuries, diseases, and deformities, examine patients, follow elaborate surgical techniques, and develop new research ideas and more. They are very skilled, and it takes a lot of hard work and determination to become a surgeon. The lifestyle of a surgeon is pretty hardcore. It's rather demanding, but for people who want that lifestyle and are driven to do so, could thrive in that expertise. Jobs aren't that hard to find in that field of medicine, but there's a lot of training wheels to get to become an actual surgeon. Lots of years of schooling and training to get to the final act of being a surgeon. Surgeons work in healthcare organizations, therefore hospitals or any other sterile environment that they can conduct surgery in, because where you conduct surgery, the room has to be very sterile, so internal organs don't catch any disease or anything that could hurt the inside of a body. The career involves standing for long periods of time, working long, possibly overnight and irregular hours. So basically, especially at the beginning, whenever you're training, you get stuck with the overnight and irregular hours, and it's really hard to tell how long you'll have to work. But as long as you're up for that, then a surgeon could be the career for you. There's a lot of education you have to go through before becoming an actual surgeon, like I said before. So there's 4 years of undergraduate school, which is like the 4 years of USC that we're all going through right now, and then 4 years of medical school after that, which can be done at most colleges or medical schools across the United States. Usually 3 to 8 years in a residency program comes after that, and that's usually when you're training to become your specific specialty that you want for surgery. So that's done in a hospital where you most likely want to work or want training from to become the surgeon in your specialized field. So not everyone can become a surgeon. There are qualities that you have to have as a person and as an individual to become a surgeon, because it's a very difficult lifestyle and a difficult job to conduct. So communicative skills are super important, because you have to have a lot of communication with families when dealing with surgeries, and just having to tell people if something goes wrong, or just being able to talk through family situations while you're in the hospital dealing with a family member. Also dexterity, because it's super important to be good with your hands while you're operating on a body, because that's a human, and it's very important that you're good at that, so nothing goes wrong in the surgical unit. So also organization is very important, because as long as you're organized, less will go wrong. Leadership, because when you're a surgeon in the OR, it's your OR, and you need to be the one in charge and making sure that operations go smoothly. So compassion is also really important, because you're dealing with a sticky subject, having to tell family members that their loved one has passed away on the table. That's something you're going to need a lot of compassion for, so you can relate to them and help them through a tough time. Also, problem-solving techniques are super, super key, because if you're operating and something goes wrong, you're going to need to quickly figure out how to fix it, or if something doesn't go as planned, or if something inside the body is different as you thought it was, you're going to need to think quick on your feet, so you can change what went wrong and just make sure that everything can go smoothly. In surgery, there are specialties, so different surgeons conduct different surgeries, because one surgeon can't do it all. So there's orthopedic surgery, and that's the treatment of musculoskeletal system. So that's basically like bones and stuff, repairing fractures, breaks, and stuff like that. And then there's neurological surgery, so that's the treatment of the brain and nervous system. So that's like all brain and then nerves. Cardiovascular surgery, so that's surgery on the heart. plastic or reconstructive surgery. That's surgery on the body, on the skin, usually. General surgery, which is what we're interested in, and that's usually around the stomach, intestines, and just like general middle part of the body. There's pediatric surgery, which is children's surgery, so that's based on all the youngsters in the hospital. And then, like other physicians, surgeons examine patients, perform and interpret diagnostic tests, and counsel patients on preventative health care. So they are like any other physician and do more than just operate. They are just like any other doctor and can do it all, basically. So like I said, we're looking towards general surgery, and we would want to work in a hospital and operate on general procedures that usually work with the internal organs circuit. The average annual salary for general surgeon is $367,885, so that's like pretty good, and that's what we're aiming towards. And then one side note, if I were to work in Columbia, I would really want to work at the Palmetto Surgical Associates because it's a really great program, and I know I would learn a lot of it, and it's right here in Columbia, so it's super convenient, and it would work well with our lifestyles.
The next information that we have is a 12-month cash flow statement, which is based on data for a family of 4 in South Carolina with annual income greater than $150,000 a year. Our projected annual income, based on the best estimate that we could find for a surgeon in the state of South Carolina, was $367,885 annually, which would lead us at a projected monthly income of $30,657 monthly. Another income from bonds and trusts would lead us to $11,000, which would make a total 12-month income of $378,885. Our expenses for both living and financial would include mortgage for our home, food, transportation, utilities, communication, entertainment, savings for retirement, Roth IRA, reserve savings, property taxes, auto insurance, life insurance, and health insurance, which would lead to a total expense annually of $338,561.
First, I interviewed one of my friends and peers, Juliana Chareg. As you can see, she said that I would excel in a career of surgery because I am meticulous and I pay very close attention to detail, something that all surgeons need to have. For my second interview, I interviewed my father, John Harris, who is also a physical therapist, so he works with surgeons a lot in his occupation. So he said that leadership and resourcefulness are 2 very important qualities a surgeon must have, especially while he or she is in the operating room. He also said that I exemplify both these qualities. My final interview was with Dr. Rick Parsons. He is an orthopedic surgeon at Tennessee Orthopedic Clinic and has been working in the field for over 20 years. And some of the most important things he said in my interview with him was that as a surgeon, you have to be able to enjoy people and being able to talk to all levels of intelligence. You also need to be a fix-it type person, good with your hands, and definitely have the patience and endurance to get through the many years of med school. So after doing these 3 interviews, I realized that yes, I definitely think I'm on the right track to being a surgeon. Both my peers and my family believes in me. After consulting with an expert, I believe I have all the qualities needed and I still have the passion. So it is definitely a realistic expectation and goal.
In order to go on to medical school, the best major was biology because it completed the most prerequisites. Freshman year, you would want to take general chemistry, organic chemistry, general biology, sociology, and physics. And then in your later years of college, you would want to take classes such as advanced chemistry classes, biology and physics classes, and maybe a biochemistry class. And then some courses that will prepare you for medical school would be medical terminology, genetics, histology, health psychology, immunobiology, comparative vertebrate anatomy, etc. Some programs and internships that would help to prepare you for becoming a surgeon is APEX, which is a program at USC where students shadow doctors and hospitals and discuss about the future. And another great opportunity would be to take a semester off and do an urban semester at Cornell University. It gives you more hands-on experience and you get to participate in research and shadow surgeons. This would give you the experience of medical school without being admitted yet.